When we think of strength, what comes to mind? For many, it is the image of steel, hard and unyielding. It is the sound of loud voices, the show of power, the ability to dominate and control. Society teaches us that to survive, we must be tough, forceful, and relentless. Yet more than 2,500 years ago, a sage named Lao Tzu offered a vision of strength that was entirely different. He believed that true strength lies not in hardness, but in softness, not in domination, but in yielding. His words remain as revolutionary today as they were in ancient China. Before we explore Lao Tzu's timeless wisdom, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel. If these teachings inspire you or bring clarity and peace, please subscribe, give this video a like, and share your reflections in the comments below. Together, we are building a community of wisdom seekers, finding guidance in the philosophies that have stood the test of time. Now let us walk into Lao Tzu's world. In the Tao Te Ching, one of Lao Tzu's most famous teachings is this: nothing in the world is softer and weaker than water, yet nothing is better at attacking the hard and strong. Nothing can replace it. Here we see his paradoxical view of strength. Water is soft. You can press it with your hands and it slips through your fingers. It has no rigid form, no sharp edges, no hardness. And yet, it has the power to carve valleys, shape mountains, and wear down stone. Given time, water overcomes everything. Its softness is its strength. This lesson challenges our instincts. We often think that being hard makes us strong. But hardness can also mean brittleness. A branch that refuses to bend in the storm will break. A rigid wall will eventually crack under pressure. Softness, on the other hand, is flexible. It adapts. It bends. It yields. It survives. That is why Lao Tzu saw softness as the ultimate form of resilience. Think of bamboo. In a storm, tall trees may be torn apart, but bamboo bends with the wind and springs back upright when the storm has passed. This is softness in action. Strength is not always about resisting. It is about enduring. It is about flowing with life instead of fighting against it. But what does this mean for us in the modern world? It means that strength does not always come from being louder, tougher, or more aggressive. True strength can come from patience, compassion, and the ability to remain calm when others lose control. It is the strength to listen when everyone else shouts, to forgive when anger is easier, to remain gentle in a world that often demands harshness. Lao Tzu wrote, "The softest things in the world overcome the hardest things in the world." Consider how kindness can disarm anger, how gentleness can heal wounds that force cannot, how patience can outlast fury. The soft approach may not be dramatic, but it is enduring. Hardness may win battles, but softness wins over time. Let me share a story. In ancient China, there was once a great warrior who prided himself on his strength and ability to defeat enemies. One day, he approached a Taoist master and demanded to know the secret of true power. The master handed him a bowl of water and asked him to strike it. The warrior plunged his hand into the bowl, but the water simply parted and then returned to its calm form. No matter how hard he hit, the water was never harmed. The master then said, "You see, water yields, but it is never defeated. It adapts, yet it remains. This is the way of true strength." This story captures Lao Tzu's vision. The strongest person is not the one who conquers others, but the one who masters themselves. Softness means having the wisdom to know when to yield, when to let go, when to trust the flow of life. In our daily lives, we often confuse hardness with power. We push through exhaustion instead of resting. We argue endlessly to prove a point instead of listening. We try to control everything, believing that domination equals security. But this constant hardness only drains us, makes us rigid, and leaves us vulnerable to breaking when life's storms arrive. Softness, however, is sustainable. It allows us to bend without breaking, to adapt without losing ourselves, to endure with grace. Even in relationships, Lao Tzu's wisdom holds true. A rigid heart cannot love deeply, for it fears being hurt. But a soft heart, though vulnerable, is capable of profound connection. In softness, there is openness, trust, and compassion. And it is these qualities, not hardness, that sustain love, friendship, and community. Lao Tzu also saw softness as spiritual strength. He taught that the Tao, the way, flows like water. It does not resist, it does not force, it does not boast. It nourishes everything without demanding recognition. To live in alignment with the Tao is to embody this softness, to move with life, to yield when necessary, and to trust that strength comes not from fighting the world, but from flowing with it. He reminds us, the hard and stiff will be broken, the soft and supple will prevail. History proves this again and again. Empires built on force crumble, while the quiet power of ideas, compassion, and truth endures for centuries. What is harder than a sword? And yet what is softer than love? Which one lasts longer in the human heart? So how can we practice this in our own lives? It begins with letting go of the need to always control, always dominate, always resist. It means embracing patience when life tests us, responding with gentleness when faced with hostility, and remembering that flexibility is not weakness. It is strength in its highest form. When you next face a storm in your life, ask yourself, will I be like the brittle branch that breaks, or like the bamboo that bends? Will I try to fight the river, or will I learn to flow with it? In your softness lies a strength greater than any force, a strength that endures, adapts, and ultimately prevails. Lao Tzu's teaching is clear. Strength is not found in hardness, but in softness. And those who live this truth discover a resilience and peace that cannot be shaken by the storms of life. If these teachings have touched your heart, I invite you once again to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and share your reflections in the comments below. Let us continue to learn together, walking the path of wisdom, discovering strength not in force, but in softness.